Offering free community training classes tomorrow night. The training will go from 6 to 8 p.m. at MedStar headquarters in Fort Worth. You'll learn hands-only CPR, stop the bleed techniques, and how to administer Narcan in the event of an opioid overdose. Contact MedStar to register.
Take a look at his efforts continue across North Texas to teach everyday people how to use Narcan, which is considered life-saving in an overdose situation. A free class in Fort Worth tonight will teach families and organizations how to administer Narcan. Larry Collins is live now to tell us more about this. Larry, good morning.
Good morning, Deborah. You know, fentanyl really has become like the scourge of what we are seeing around the nation with the issues when it comes to overdoses. And according to the CDC, they just released some numbers last month that in 2022, they saw a record number of overdose deaths. Now, here in North Texas, MedStar says in the past 12 months, they've seen around 900 possible overdoses. So that's why we got MedStar in with us this morning, because they are administering a big class this weekend, or tonight rather, where you're going to tell people a number of life-saving techniques, but one of them is how to use Narcan. George, talk to me a little bit about the importance of knowing how to do this and really how easy it is for everyday people.
Well, it's really important because opiates such as fentanyl can affect the central nervous system and can cause people to quit breathing, which would lead to death, of course. But Narcan is a very good medication that can reverse, in most cases, the effects of fentanyl and other opiates.
Now, George, we want to talk about how easy it is. We're going to bring our model in. One of our producers has agreed to be our victim, if you will. So talk to us about how easy and what you would do if you or a loved one may have overdosed and you need to administer Narcan. Okay, how does this work?
I should mention that Narcan is now over-the-counter, readily available at most pharmacies, and it's very easy to administer in most cases. You simply put your thumb on the plunger with your index and middle finger on the top of the applicator. Okay. You put the applicator all the way into the nostril up until your fingers stop, and then one quick firm push of the plunger will administer the medication. There's no need to prime it, there's no need to test it. Just go ahead and quickly administer the medication.
So what happens after that? Will this person now come back to consciousness? Of course, they still need to seek medical attention.
Right. It depends on how much they took, what they took, but in some cases, don't be surprised that folks will start breathing regularly and even regain consciousness very quickly.
And it's easy. I saw how easy that was. It's something that pretty much anyone can do.
Anybody can do it.
And that's why these classes, they are so important, guys. And I want to talk to you about what's going on, because MedStar will have these classes going on tonight. They've been ongoing. It's a free community training of Narcan administration, as well as Stop the Bleed, CPR. It's from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Registration is still ongoing. And I imagine, George, this is something that you guys will continue doing, and I'm sure you've seen some popularity.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe that classes such as this really do make a difference.
Excellent. George, thank you so much. Stick with us. We're going to have another bit of information about that coming up in the next hour, talking about the importance. It's something that we want to show folks just how easy it is, and all you need is the slightest bit of training. Back to you.
Okay, Larry, thank you. Also out of
You need to know before you go. MedStar is offering free community training classes tonight for CPR and Narcan usage. The training will go from 6 to 8 this evening at MedStar headquarters in Fort Worth. They'll also offer techniques to
across North Texas to teach everyday people how to use Narcan, which is considered life-saving in the situation of an overdose. A free class in Fort Worth tonight will teach families and organizations how to administer Narcan, and Larry Collins is here live now to tell us more about this. Larry?
Good morning, Deborah. You know, we've heard a lot about Narcan and overdoses in the past few months and the importance of it being available and knowing how to use it. And now it's available over the counter. So we want to talk about that class. We have MedStar here with us. George, you're going to talk about that class, but more importantly, the importance of Narcan. Talk to me about the importance of having it administered as quickly as possible.
Well, in cases of opiate overdoses, that medication can cause people to quit breathing and can lead to death very quickly. Fortunately, Narcan in those cases can reverse some of those effects.
Excellent. So we're going to show how easy it is, because that's what you're going to be showing folks tonight. We have one of our producers who's going to help us and stand in as someone who may have overdosed. Walk me through what you need to do if you're going to administer Narcan to someone.
Most of the commercial Narcans are very easy to use. You just simply open the package and remove the Narcan. You put your thumb at the plunger and index finger and middle finger over the top, and this part here goes all the way into the nair, right, all the way up the nose until your fingers stop. and just one quick brisk push of the plunger will administer the Narcan. There's no need to prime it, there's no need to test it, just one quick push and it should administer the Narcan just fine.
How do you know if someone needs to have this administered?
Well, if you suspect an overdose and the person's unconscious and not breathing well, absolutely this is when you would need to use it.
And what will happen after it's administered?
It depends on what they took and how much they took, but you can expect the person to start breathing a little bit better, and they can certainly gain consciousness within about a minute or two.
And of course, you've already called 911, you've already called for backup,
that
right?
would be the very first step. When you see a situation like this, make sure someone calls 911 and then step into action.
All right, George, I appreciate you being here with us. Now, this class is going to be happening tonight, and it's going to be ongoing for quite a while. They're going to do more of them, I'm certainly sure, because there has been a need in the community. Let's talk about what you can learn there. It is free community training where, of course, Narcan administration is going to be a part of it, but also Stop the Bleed and CPR. It's going to be 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. tonight. Registration, we're told, is still ongoing.